Hello YouTube, what is up everybody? This is Big Jess and we are back with another video finally after a little hiatus. In today's video we're going to be discussing this behemoth that is behind me, the fabled, the legend, the Anvil Carrack. It's been a long time coming for me to make a video about this ship. I've been playing with this ship in particular for about a little less than a week now. I'm switching over from my beloved Corsair over to this ship as we approach the new 4.7 update. I've been trying out a couple of different ships, anticipating certain changes and wanting to find a vessel that I can take all across the universe and that could fulfill pretty much any need that I may have. And this Anvil Carrack fits that bill. This is the base, mobile base rather, or a home away from home, as what this ship is designed to be, and it's marketed as the do-it-all exploration ship. Every category, this ship has some type of capability to fulfill a certain role or a certain niche. It's good at pretty much, or maybe not good, but it can do pretty much everything. And as I stated a little bit before, with the upcoming 4.7 changes to armor and shields, this thing is going to be an absolute tank out there in the verse. So before we get started here, you can go ahead and comment and subscribe. Let me know what you guys think about the Carrack or know about the Carrack so far. I know this is a ship that's been out in the verse for a very long time, but if you're new to my channel and this is a new ship to you, well, we're going to learn about this thing together. So far with the Carrack, what I know, there's only one entrance to this ship, unfortunately. I believe there was fabled to be another entrance in the back. We'll look at it a little bit later, but there is a elevator towards the back here. It was said that it was supposed to possibly go down all the way to the floor, so there will be like a floor elevator that can go up, but no mind. We just use this ramp entrance. So this is the only functional entrance at this point in time. It's possible that the Carrack will be redesigned sometime in the future to have also an elevator entrance, but this is all we have so far. And in here we have the vehicle garage, which is a massive, absolutely massive amount of space here. As you can see, I have a variety of vehicles in here that I have been taking along with me for a lot of my different excursions. I have a vehicle for more group play. This is the Gray Cat MTC. So an amazing ground vehicle. We have one of the newer vehicles that I've added to my fleet here, which is the CSVM. It's quite worn because I've been using it quite a bit. It's a little pickup truck, and that's some content that I've been engaging in, doing a lot of loot goblin activities. You can load up 4 SU worth of cargo in there, but I mainly use it for gathering components from certain sites that I've been looting from. The good old Geo and the good old Dragonfly that I usually take with most of my vessels. And then a storage box here for quick loot drop-offs that I carry from certain sites as well. So we're going to go ahead and close this here. And we're going to go ahead and look at this lower deck first. So to my right is going to be suit lockers. Just like with every other ship in the game currently, they do not function. We also have the airlock hatch. This will probably be the first exit other exit to the ship. Uh, every other uh, exit is exactly that, an exit. There's only one entrance. But right now, it doesn't seem like it's wanting to open up. I have to look at the engineering terminal um, to see what's going on there. Here we have the cargo bay or the cargo pods. Okay. Similar to the Caterpillar, we have cargo bays here that open on both sides. And also similar to the Caterpillar, these doors, they're supposed to. They don't do it yet, but they're supposed to go all the way to the floor. Nonetheless, they do open up, and you can load cargo in here, up to 456 SCU worth of cargo, which is an amazing amount of cargo. But not only can you load up the cargo bay here, which there are 3 different bays that you can load up if you really wanted to, which we're also going to look at a little bit later, but you can also fill up this vehicle bay here with tons of cargo. There's no grid here, but you can put it in here. And also similar with the vehicle hangar, you can see there's already a marker that I have a vehicle up there. There's a vehicle hangar on the top that you can also fill with some cargo. We'll look at that later. The total amount of SCU that you can snap to the grid, along with in the vehicle bay, it's well over 800 SCU. So this is an amazing cargo ship if you want to use it for that specifically, albeit I will have to warn you that using the cargo bays here, sometimes it's quite a bit cumbersome to get cargo in and out due to the size restrictions. You can definitely get preferably 8 SCU boxes in here, possibly even 16. You can put a 32 SCU, just one 32 SCU box, long ways here, but it's just not that practical. 8 SCU and below is what's preferred for these bays, possibly even 16s. And then use anything bigger, 24, 32. Just use the vehicle bays. It just makes it a lot easier. Okay, so that is the cargo bays. Here, towards the back of the ship, we have, on both sides, we have more suit lockers, along with deployable weapon racks. Okay? And we have a plethora of weapon racks here where we can hold a total of 8 primary weapons and 12 handguns. Same thing on this side. So, double. And we have more suit lockers. Back here, we have access to a turret. That's what we saw underneath a little bit earlier. Okay. And then this here is the elevator that is rumored to actually, at some point, go all the way to the floor. So that way we can have an extra entrance into the ship. But let's now go up to the next deck, which is going to be the habitation deck of the ship. All right, so deck 2, the habitation deck of the ship, we have most of the amenities that this ship has to offer. The most noteworthy will be in here, which is the medical bay. So this Anvil Carrack comes with a fully functional medical bay. This is going to be a tier 2 medical bed. As you can see here, you're allowed to have 400 worth of med gel. That's enough for 4 respawns. You can insert the med gel right here if you have extra med gel canisters. And then right here, you can actually store your med gel canisters. I don't have any in there right now. I had to recently use the med gel canisters that I had in there. and you can insert them there. So it's very convenient. You are doing a loot run, something of that nature, and you accidentally die. You wake up here, you can get right back out there. Um, if you're running low, and if you have extra med gel, you just top off real quick before you head out again. Makes everything real simple. And here is some medical storage. These uh, doors here don't really work, but it's great aesthetic. Later on in the game, this is probably going to be something that is going to be noteworthy. And then there's storage over here on this left side. Um, some boxes here, but it's similar to what's on the other side there. So this is really nice med bay. Arguably, probably one of the best med bays that a ship has to offer. Okay, so we're going to continue on here. Starting from this level and beyond, this door here, it's going to be mirrored on the upper level as well. This is kind of like a service hatch. If you wanted to not necessarily wait for the elevator here or use the elevator in the back, you can just jump down to get down to the lower level very quickly. Okay, we're going to take a left first. And here is just a kitchen area. You have a nice little window to look out to see some scenery, but it's just a kitchen area. These don't open, unfortunately. But you can sit down with your crew members, have a meal, chat things up. In here to the right, this is where we have the crew members' quarters. We have a pool table. To the right over here, we have their bathroom, which has toilets. Okay. And then to the left here, we have their beds, along with their storage. We have lots of storage on this ship. 5 beds in total, and 5 lockers with some extra seating spots. Okay, and in here we have their showers. This ship, on paper, is crewed for 6, but if you really wanted to take more people with you, you could take well over 30, possibly even 40 people, with all the available seating places that the ship has to offer. Okay. And up here, we have the captain's quarters. Now, the captain's quarters here looks a little bit different because I've decorated my ship. I've added these 2 comfy chairs along with this beanbag just for role-playing purposes. There's also usually a chessboard that's here. Mine's missing for some reason, but this is a great captain's bridge. This raises and lowers if you like. But yeah, so on my captain's bridge, I have these 2 nice chairs for meetings and whatnot. Here's my bed in my captain's quarters. Here I have my personal storage. This is kind of my loadout swapping point if I want to do what I'm doing now, which I usually run around in light armor or no armor at all, just so I can run around a lot faster, and I can put on my actual heavy armor set when I want to do some FPS content. And here is my bathroom with a shower and a toilet. Also a suit locker here, but again, it doesn't work currently. And here we have the lower bridge. There is an elevator to go up to the upper half of the bridge, which we'll go in there in a moment, along with access to the radar component. But later on, we'll see the technical and the technical deck see access to most of the other components. Okay, and here is the lower bridge. The lower bridge gives you access to fly the ship along with 2 co-pilots. In here, there's really nothing in here. This is kind of like my secret trash location. I've been putting my empty bottles in here, so don't worry about that. There's also mirrored on the other side. Okay, we'll come back to this. Let's go to the upper bridge using this elevator. Okay, here on the upper bridge, we have access to the gunner seats. Okay, one of these seats gives the gunner access to the top turret, so that the pilot won't have access to the turret. And then there's another turret that this... Actually, no. This is a support seat. This doesn't have access to guns at all. So if someone sits here, the gun that's on the top of the ship will be controlled by this person in the gunner seat. So then the pilot would only focus on piloting. We have a sort of a cartography station here, and it's not functional. And then here is another quasi pilot seat, as you will. It's a command station where there's sort of like a captain. We can turn on the ship using this, and we can fly the ship somewhat with the command station, but not fully. We'll come back to that later. Here we have escape pods for the upper and lower bridge. So if something was to happen, you would have... the lower bridge would have to come up to the upper bridge to use escape pods. But the ones that are up here already can just have immediate access to it. All right, so here in the upper deck, we have a lot of the technical stuff. This is called the technical bridge. And in the technical bridge, these 2 areas to my left and right, these are rooms that don't have functionality yet. And upcoming in 4.7, I don't believe that this room, which would be labeled the repair or crafting room, in the next update, crafting will be introduced into the game, but the crafting from functionalities in different ships are not won't be functional yet. However, this is the repair room, and we will have access to craft in this room to a certain degree. And then over here we have a drone room where we will be able to operate drones and deploy them from this station. 2 drone operator seats, as you can see. And like I was saying before, this is just access to that shaft. You can take that down instead of taking the elevator. And here is the hangar. Pretty sizable hangar. You open the door using this panel here. And then you have to wrap around and go through either side through this door. So up here I have a medical Pisces, but you can fit other ships that are similar to a medical Pisces, or you can fit a variety of smaller ships, like maybe a set of snub fighters, the Furies. Probably fit about 5 of them in here. or more. But if this was completely empty, you can also fit quite a bit of cargo in here as well. So the medical Pisces that I have here, I pretty much use this as a deployment ship if I don't want to land my Carrack, or if the Carrack is, as you can see, it's a massive ship. So sometimes there's certain landing pads or certain areas where I can't land very safely. I would use this as a deployment ship to go down there. The medical bay here, I like to keep things separate. So I utilize this medical bay to treat small injuries, usually just tier 3 because this is only a tier 3 bed. And I would use this to treat those small injuries and use the tier 2 bed that the Carrack has for the respawns, so I don't mess up the med shell amount. It's nice to keep those things separated. Okay. And then this is also the back elevator, but we're not going to go through there just yet. Let's go ahead and close this. Right, and back here we have access to the turrets. This will be the turret on the left side of the ship. They are all size 4 guns. Okay. And then there's another one on the other side here. Okay. And here will be the engineering bridge, or the engineering terminal, where we can access all the different systems that the ship has to offer. I did want to very shortly look at that one door that was down here for the airlock. Yeah, that one. Okay, it's locked. It was locked to close. I wanted to lock it open. There you go. Okay, should be good now. All right, maybe we'll look at it later, maybe not. Okay. Okay, so like most other sections in this ship, the technical deck is split into 2 different sections. So we have this elevator here. We have upper engineering and lower engineering. Starting with upper engineering here, we really just have access to just the jump drive. Humongous jump drive. All right. And everything else is going to be in the lower section here. Okay. So in here, the power plants, plural, both of them should be in here, but they're actually not. One is located back here behind this panel. The other one is located back here behind this panel. And what you would have to do is you would have to, let's put on the Cambrio attachment. I don't have any material, but you can kind of see it highlighted, right? You can see it highlighted back there. And there's another one back here, but it's not being highlighted right now. But anyway, you can kind of see it poking out there too. There it is. Yeah. Okay. Just so you know, if you needed to repair your power plants, that's how you do it. You repair it by shooting that little poking out spot on both sides. I don't know why it doesn't work the way that it's supposed to, but that's how you do it. Okay. Over here we have shield generator, and same thing over here, shield generator. Okay, massive. We have life support, which is not necessarily physicalized in the game yet, and another radar. This one's actually empty. pretty dark down here. Go ahead and close that. And then in here we have our coolers, along with fuel tanks. All right, so we can go take this elevator to go back up to the upper engineering deck. And now we can take the elevator to probably my most favorite, or will be my most favorite spot in the ship, the cartography deck. So once again, this is content that's not available in the game yet, or it's not fully functional in the game yet. This just currently only functions as a MFD screen, or an extra MFD screen for this room. But this is an exploration ship, and in its original design, it's supposed to have these huge antennas where you can kind of chart the universe. But as of right now, it does not fulfill that role, and that functionality is not in the game. But as we go around here, we have more views to outside of the ship to be able to look through. There's not that many windows in this ship. This deck allows you to see outside and have probably the best view, which is why I added this couch here. So you can get this amazing view while you're in quantum, and you also have access to exit the ship here to get up onto the top of the ship and float out into space. So this top deck is really just for the views, which is also why it's kind of my favorite spot to be when in quantum, or just somewhere beautiful that I chart to. There is also more suit lockers here and 2 escape pods. Okay. And so now we can head down to the technical deck. We're going to start up the ship using the command station, do a little bit of flying, or see how much flying we can actually do with the command station. And then we'll switch over to the pilot seat when we want to go a bit further. Right, ready?
You are clear to launch.
So the fun fact, the Carrack is probably one of the largest large ships that the game has to offer. This is not categorized as an extra large ship. It's just a large ship, but it barely fits in and out of large hangars. You have to be very careful, especially with the turrets that are on both sides. If you have friends who are crewing the ship with you, whenever you're entering and exiting hangars, just make sure that they're not manning the turrets, because if they are manning the turret itself would be extended outside of the ship, and so you won't be able to exit. Okay, so while in the command seat, We can fly the ship. We can't spool it into uh, spool up the quantum drive. But what we can try is we can try to switch to nav mode from below on the lower bridge and see if we can actually do jumps and all that stuff from the command center. All right, so let's go ahead and spool up quantum drive.
Shields online. Shields offline.
And then let's see if we can fly a bit faster. Okay. I stand corrected. But I do want to see what our top speed can be while using the command station. I don't see why we shouldn't be able to reach top speeds here. Yep, we reached top speeds. We can fly the ship just fine with the command station. We can't swap in and out of operator modes, but we can definitely fly the ship just fine. And even do quantum jumps. We're going to go ahead and close the hangar here. All right. So when it comes to exploration ships, this ship truly does set the standard. We have an amazing amount of hydrogen fuel, 360 SCUs worth, and then a whopping 10.6 SCUs worth of quantum fuel. That's, when it comes to hydrogen fuel, that's more than triple the Corsair, my beloved Corsair. And with the quantum fuel, that's also more than double the amount of the Corsair also has. So in this ship, you can go a whopping over 550 GMs before needing a refuel. The Corsair with a fully upgraded quantum drive with similar stats can also go about 470. The bigger ships, they do require, such as this ship, having a size 3 quantum drive, requires a lot more fuel to do those jumps. So even though it has more than double the quantum fuel, that doesn't necessarily mean double the range. Size 2 quantum drives are the most fuel efficient and give the most distance. But for today, we're going to be taking the Carrack on an expedition to Pyro, and we're going to be hitting some Farro data centers and doing a little bit of that exploration and looting gameplay that I've been alluding to a little bit earlier in this video to show you how useful the Carrack can be in a variety of different gameplay loops. Let's take it on this expedition. All right, so we have arrived to the Farro Data Center 1. We're taking a little bit of a scouting position at the moment. I took my CSV with me. I'm going to show you guys a certain looting loop that I like to do. But first, we're just going to see if there's any enemy presence at the facility so far. Sometimes the NPCs are bugged and they won't actually spawn in. Sometimes these locations are extremely hostile, which they're supposed to be. They're supposed to be extremely hostile, and they're supposed to be populated with NPCs, but I don't see any at the moment. If you're curious, the sniper rifle that I'm currently using is the ATSCAV sniper rifle. Comes with a ×16 scope, which is, in my opinion, the best scope and sniper rifle in the game because it allows you to actually scout. Yeah, this, I don't think anyone's home right now, so we're just going to continue on with our CSV here. We're going to stroll right up to the garage and get to work. All right, seems like it just took them a little bit to spawn in once I got closer here, but we'll see how hostile this site is actually going to be. I'm getting shot at.
Laying down cover.
Oof.
Throwing. I'm gonna put a bullet right between your eyes. Oh, shit! Look out! Look, rock. Moving.
Hostiles detected.
How'd you get up there?
We're under attack. They're gonna pay for that.
Shit! We're taking casualties.
Friendly now. Shit! Look out!
All right, these guys are just extremely aggressive today.
Damn it! We lost one. Lost one. Cover blown. Moving. Here comes trouble.
Friendly now.
Here comes trouble. We need a medic.
Damn it! One of ours. We're compromised. Need to move. Hostiles!
Hostiles detected. We've got contact. Suppressing fire.
Associated Science and Development is committed to health and safety regulations. Please report any infractions to your immediate supervisor. Do not disclose incidents to non-employees.
All right, so in this room, we have access to quite a few ammo boxes here. They usually contain ammo and sometimes certain weapons that are very interesting. I found quite a few grenade launchers in here previously. Oh, a galleant. And in particular this box here. Okay, 16 times scope. That's nice. Just ammo. Always welcome.
Your team's work is meant for your
Suppressing
team.
fire!
Please keep conversations to a minimum.
Okay, 8 times scope. Nice. And then here an armor box, which is okay. We got an interesting variation of the Pembroke suit. And then some other stuff. So we'll put that down here. We'll be able to take that a little bit later.
Associated Science and Development is committed to health and safety regulations. Please report any infractions to your immediate supervisor. Do not disclose incidents to non-employees.
Okay. Another box here. We have a Rockfall Fresnel and some ammo. Another scope. It's nice. Let's keep it pushing. The CSV is great because it has some personal storage on the backside here, and it's quite a bit of personal storage, 730k SCU. So it's quite a bit that you can store in here. All right, we'll stack the ammo. Okay, and in this garage here is usually where you can find some components. Right here, we have an Arctic cooler. It's decent. We can go ahead and open this here. And then we have this huge truck bed to just pile it up with stuff. So hopefully we find quite a bit of stuff in here.
Please report any infractions to your immediate supervisor. Do not disclose incidents
I'll
to
take that
non-employees.
and those. Another cooler. Got a power plant.
Your team's work is meant for your team. Please keep conversations to a minimum.
And I don't see anything else here. No, I think that's all. Now there's other things that you can get. There's a jet shield generator there. And I don't know if that's a power. No, I don't think that's a power plant. But there's a suit of some sort in some other boxes. There's a way to open up these doors here. That we can get more in depth later. But sometimes it's been working. Sometimes it doesn't. It just depends on the spawn rate of
Associated Science and Development is
certain
committed to
individuals.
health and safety regulations. Please report any infractions to your immediate supervisor. Do
But
not
as of
disclose
late, I've
incidents
just
to
generally been
non-employees.
coming in here, getting some components. Because these components, they're not necessarily the best, but they are decent military components, a mix of some size 1 and size 2s for certain ships. Let's see this armor box here if we find anything good. Zeus backpack is always nice.
Your team's work is meant for your team. Please keep conversations to a minimum.
And up here, there's usually some other boxes that have some interesting stuff in them.
Remember, the work we do here is priceless. Always protect your work.
Another armor box here. Nice.
We need to find the suspect before they escape.
Okay, they're starting to respawn.
Report. Corpse on site. Starting search for suspect.
I think they're above me. We should be okay.
Found a body. No sign of a gun.
Associated Science and Development is committed to health and safety regulations.
Dispatch, we might have company.
Please report
Got
any
a search the
infractions
area.
to your immediate supervisor. Do not disclose incidents to non-employees.
And inside these rooms, there's also more interesting things that we can get. Lifeline module, that could be useful. But there's also another room down here that I like to always visit. Goes to the armory. Goes this way. But while we're down here, we can go ahead and drop off what we picked up.
Your team's work is meant for your team. Please keep conversations to a minimum.
I'm gonna find whoever did this.
Whoever did this could be gone. I've learned nothing.
Just take a left here. And here is an armory. You can find some pretty interesting loot in here as well. Cool armor sets, but not my liking.
Remember, the work
More guns. Fresnels. A Pembroke backpack. That'll be nice. Some more ammo. Zenith. Some grenade launcher ammo. Scav. Nice. Righteous shotgun. Not my cup of tea, but nice haul. we'll take all this back to the CSV.
Committed to health and safety regulations. Please report any infractions to your immediate supervisor. Do not disclose incidents to non-employees.
All right, we got a decent run for some interesting loot. We got 3 components and almost filled up there on the external storage. We're gonna go ahead and make it back. So the first thing we want to do here is park the CSV so we can offload the components that we salvaged or stole. So it looks like we've had a pretty successful haul here. We got some nice suit armors, lots more beverages to re-up our supply, more ammo for certain weapons that I've looted in the past, and some other attachments and things of that nature that I found to be interesting. Along with the components that we looted, I'd say we have a pretty successful haul. There's plenty more to loot, though, on the site. We're going to go ahead and move everything that we found so far. With moving backpacks from this storage, you just have to equip the backpack and then move it in that way, or move it that way, because trying to just drop it on the ground or something of that nature, it doesn't work well. It makes the inventory bug out and you have to like restart your game for it to work again. So just empty the backpack of whatever it is that you're currently using, and then just equip each backpack one at a time to get it out that way. Works a lot easier, I've found. Okay, so we can go ahead and equip our original backpack, equip these 2 weapons. Then for this, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put all this away. And the same thing with the suit, I'm going to unequip. Everything. Okay. And then we're going to put this suit on. If it will open up. Ah, So it seems like it bugged to where I have now the inventory of the CSV over there open together with my 2 SCU storage containers. So I'm just going to go ahead and drag this directly into my storage box and then put all my stuff back on. All right, now that we've looted the components using our trusty CSV here, we're going to go right back in using the MTC here to my right. And in the MTC, we're going to have a lot more armor, a lot more capabilities, a bit more speed, and a lot, and I really do mean a lot more storage space. So inside, we have access to 1.5 SCUs worth of external storage, doubled, because we have 2 of these internal bays here with that much storage space, along with an additional 750k SCU on the side, which we'll see in a moment. Also, with an additional 4 times 1/8 SCU boxes if you really wanted to. This thing is an absolute pack mule.
Systems activated.
And a powerhouse for the low price of around 75,000 AUEC. So it's a pretty big vehicle, almost pretty much the size of an Ursa, but not as long. But height-wise, definitely is just as tall. So definitely a must-have vehicle for ground excursions. Go ahead and close this here. But as we can see here, we have this thing that folds down. This tray comes out and expands where you can put 4 1/8 SCU boxes, if you so please, along with an extra storage of 750k. So without these boxes on the back, you get almost 4 SCU worth of space. With those boxes on the back, you get well over 4 SCUs worth of space. Should be more than enough for all of your looting activities. So as you can see, this thing is much faster than the CSV and also has much better off-roading performance. But not only can we take fire, we can dish out our own if we so choose, which I do choose. I'll go ahead and enable my guns here. I've equipped this MTC with Dominance scatter guns. So it's basically laser shotguns from Hurston. So we're going to put the Hurden on these guys as soon as I can find them.
Laying cover. Shit, look out!
Okay, they just spawned in.
Attack on shields.
On the move. Oh!
Also, fun fact, these Dominance scatter guns also decimate turrets. I can demonstrate that here in a second. We're going to go ahead and drive over to this one. So if you wanted a ground vehicle to go in, destroy all the anti-air, and then land in with the ship, you can do so. So that's one. 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 11, 12. Okay, 12 shots. With unlimited ammo.
Under fire! Friendly hit!
Yeah, he's being smart.
Ah! Friendly now.
Usually they at least try. These guys are not even trying.
We need a medic!
All right, well, anyway. One of these, inside of one of these, let's see. That's the infirmary, so that's not going to be it.
Switching cover! This is no good.
Attack on shields.
Ah!
Okay, so this one, workers' quarter. This might be it. Let's see.
We're compromised. Need to move. Hold still. Come on. They're here somewhere. Suppressive fire. Ah! Ah!
Yes, there should be a key here somewhere. I don't see it. But nonetheless, there's extra stuff here for you to loot. So I really like this vehicle for looting because you can deposit your loot in peace and the enemies outside can't really do anything to you.
Displacing!
So we can't go in there.
Contact! Suppressive fire! Shit! Anybody got eyes? Reports tracking a possible threat. We'll update.
Got to be careful when running them over because sometimes they can phase through and get inside. But this guy, he went on top.
Cover blown! Moving!
You slippery bastard! Suppressive fire!
Switching cover!
I'm pinned down!
Go! Report. On site. Starting search for suspect. Here comes trouble.
Suppressive fire!
We need a minute.
There is some extreme desync going on right now.
Where did that bastard sneak off to? We're under attack! Where do they go? Hostiles! Ah!
Under fire! Hostiles detected! Under fire!
Damn it! We lost one!
Suppressing fire!
We need to move!
Suppressing fire!
I don't know what's going on right now, but I think it will be best if I can just get on out of here because Game's being really buggy right now.
Covering!
Okay, so we successfully got out with a little bit more loot. Got out with a lab coat and some workers' uniforms and some other things. We're going to try to go back in again later. I just want to make sure that whatever is going on with the server or whatnot is not going to interfere with my run. Yeah, that will be today's video regarding the Carrack and some of the various activities that you can do with this. We're just going to go ahead and end it here. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Give a like, comment, subscribe, share with your friends. Let me know whatever kind of content you want to see next. I have a couple other ships that I would like to do some content on. But until next time, stay safe out there and peace.